Hey, VC, family, friends, worldwide. It's Thursday already. Man, the days just go. I'll tell you what. A little reminder, that I'm having this contest and it'll be over. I'll choose the winner Sunday, the 27th, and I knew to make this short because I've gotten quite several responses already, about 14 or 15, and I'm making a list. And when you post your response to my site, it comes up as spam. So I do see it because I check the spam. It's because you're leaving a thread that YouTube calls it spam. But I really am appreciating the responses so far. I'll tell you what I'm really picking up the most is, and it's self-referential, is that there is mutual respect going on here. I just love it. Really appreciating everyone's responses. Heartfelt, personal, people just telling me, what you think and feel, and that feels like real respect. And it's reassuring because I do worry that since I've decided to just be so open about my thoughts and opinions that I drive people away, and it appears that I'm not driving people that I want to drive away. It appears that the people I want quality people. I'm getting some quality responses, all of you so far. I will shout out to Bobby Gass. Really enjoyed yours. Mr. Hall of Fame, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and going deep into it. Prague. See, I got. Okay, I can make the list because I appreciate it. Everyone, I can tell you who has responded so far that I have. I know of. Okay, I have viewed videos so far by 69 Gangstar 69, Patrick Glassel. That's Preliminal. Ace Machine 26, Earthworm Zodiac. Appreciated yours. Everyone's. Trish Mullins, yours of course. Chris Oliver, you bet. My brother in music. I'll tell you, Chris, I have some thoughts. I think that it is the cult of personality. And I don't know why people like me, but I'm glad they do. And I don't know why people don't respond to you more. I think I do. And there's nothing, and it's not you. It's, I got to think about how to say it. Colin Medicine Horse, thank you for sharing your story. Mean Mr. Mayo, good to hear from you. You speak well, Mean Mr. Mayo. You're a good... I always notice when people have a good way of speaking. And Mean Mr. Mayo, you rock. John K. Techhead, you bet, John. Mr. Hall of Fame, as I said. Prague fan, Citizen Toxie, 69, Raul, loved your story. And I totally relate to the story about your dad and family and music. And Bobby Gass. Those are the ones that I've gotten notice of so far. And like I said, I'm going to just give away one copy of my album, along with, excuse me, I'm going to give a copy away of Flyover, along with a copy of Normal Love, Survival Tricks. This is put out by the Public Eyesore label. Public Eyesore is a label that is run by a friend of mine, Brian Day, out in California. And he just sent me a package of releases. I will do a dedicated Public Eyesore video soon after I've absorbed some of this stuff. Brian is working with the cream of worldwide avant-garde improvisational musicians. The cream. Worldwide. These are people that most people have never heard of unless they're following this sort of work. And I'm extremely chuffed that I'm on the label as well. It kind of, again, just some of these things kind of blow my mind. Because like many people have been saying, the whole journey of music and what it's all about is so personal. What it means to each of us is very individual. And just being involved in the making of records, being on records, knowing people that are making records professionally, internationally, people who are in the news musically, that has a lot of personal value to me. A lot more than, it means more to me than making the money. As you all know, I lament about, money because I'm not focused on that. It seems like if you focus on money and you will it, then you can make it. And I'm more like, I'm trying to honor what is important to me. And to me, it's important to not focus on money. It seems like it takes you away. You focus on money and you lose it, and I don't want to do that. I just need it. So I really appreciated your words, Raul. No worries, man. I wish I could just give you my records. I would if I couldn't afford to. So to talk more about music in general, because it is fun to talk about music. That is the primary thing here. Because I'm a human, and depending on how things are going, there will be those times again. Provided I continue to live, but there will be more times where I will be speaking out about social things. It's just the way it goes. It's like a sea; it rises and falls. But I'll focus on music today. Yesterday I had a visitor over, my friend Matt, who I'm starting to work with, and it's just really nice getting to know Matt. And his wife is a Russian psychologist. I got to hang out with her last weekend at Record Store Day. So I got to meet Matt's wife, Maria, and talk to her for the first time. Intelligent as hell. That's another thing that I like about people, is that you can't really hide what you're about. You just can't. I love all people, but I really, really appreciate intelligence. Especially intelligence that is still connected to heart. Sociopaths bother me. A lot of sociopaths are intelligent, but they're not wise. I always look for that, and that's how I tell the difference between intelligent people and sociopaths. But sociopaths can fool me. They can. But I've got a pretty good bullshit detector for that stuff. But Matt was over, and we're talking music, and he and I are working on his project, and just sharing a lot of music. So I have some records out that we were playing and talking about. I'd play some music in the background, but I just, I don't want to. Anyway, we were talking about work, and we got to talking about, we talk about our work. So I was sharing with him the story about Icky Blossoms. As you know, my good friend Nick Fackler is one of the main people in Icky Blossoms. I was sharing with him how I helped to co-write several songs on here. I'm credited on one. I told him the whole story about trying to get publishing on that song, because indeed it did what I told him it was going to do. The hook was going to help him, and it did. It got him on Grey's Anatomy. Anyway, that's all business. It's cool. But we listened to that, and Icky Blossoms is in the studio as we speak, working on a new album. I was explaining to him about working with Nick and Icky Blossoms and Derek Presnell, and how Icky Blossoms actually came out of this band, Flowers Forever. And some of you have seen this album in stores, and there I am on the cover. I don't play on this album. Derek Presnell, there in the middle holding up his nephew, who is from the band Tilly and the Wall, we're friends, and he just asked me if I would be a model for the cover. So if you see this in the stores, it's technically it's part of my discography because I'm on the cover, but I don't play on the album. But we listened to some of this and talked about the evolution of this sound into Icky Blossoms. This is all right, but it's like still searching. Then we listen to some other stuff. Wire, Change Becomes Us. I guess that it's just part of what I got to do is kind of help people hear stuff, because I'm constantly amazed at what people haven't heard. The fact that my friend had no idea. I didn't actually even talk about Wire, but I played this for him. What we did talk about that he did not know anything about, Gong. And we listened to Angel's Egg all the way through. Fantastic, of course. And it was a mind opener for Matt, especially when I explained to him this album came out in 1973, 2 years before the man was even born. You know what I'm saying? And they were making music like this back then. That really has a lot to do with the times like I get like you, Bobby Gass. I'll get to be like a cranky old man, talking to people. It's like, don't y'all know nothing? It's just the cranky old man. But it's like, geez, people will talk about like the mainstream music like it's the greatest thing, and then you ask about this, and they ain't heard nothing. Showed him my first Gong album and just told him, the story as we listen to music, because the music is a trip, and it's entertaining, but it's educational as well. Matter of fact, that was something that came up in the conversation. We listened to Pink Floyd. We listened to Fearless off of here. I'd play it because it's a great track, but again, it get blocked. Matt was shared with me the story of how when he was a little boy, he heard and noticed Dark Side of the Moon for the first time. Great story about being in the car with his parents, and it's playing, and he's looking at the moon, and then the phrase "I'll see you on the dark side of the moon" comes on, and he said that was like in a moment of revelation for him. So the kid, he said, "Oh, the moon has a dark side. It's a real thing up in the sky." And that was just wonderful because it was like I was talking about how Dark Side of the Moon is an enigma. And it was enigmatic at the time. I just have a beat up copy. I've had several. My original is long gone. I've got the stickers on something in the other room that I pasted them to. But we talked about this and how the enigma of this album was that it was just far beyond being just an album. This thing was shaping people's lives. I mean, music does shape lives. But Dark Side of the Moon is a phenomenon in modern, not just music history. I see Dark Side of the Moon as a phenomenon in history, an important event in Western history. That's how important I think music is. And I love how Bobby said, "You got me bamboozled." Thank you, folks. Indeed. It is a question that can go on. There's much that can be said. It is a deep subject, isn't it? Thank goodness for music. Thank God, Goddess, for music. Your choice. I'm going to end it there. Yeah. I'll put it like this. I'm going to announce the winner of my contest on Sunday, so if you want to respond, try to get it in by Saturday, because Sunday I'm going to respond. And if the video is posted on Sunday, because it's like try to get it in by Saturday, and that way I can just choose. And good luck to you, folks.